It's moot point now because the spending plan on Fresno roads has been pulled from this week's council agenda, but that didn't mean there was a lack of political drama.
Class warfare.
Class warfare. Class warfare. Class warfare.
A day after their colleagues attacked the road spending plan, Gary Bredefeld, representing Northwest Fresno, and Steve Brando, repping the Northeast, fired back.
What I find objectionable and what I'm always going to continue to fight against is when people try to steal or redistribute money from North Fresno to South Fresno and act as though the needs here aren't great.
South Fresno already receives a crap load of money unavailable to North Fresno. Now some of our colleagues want to rob the citizens of North Fresno of any benefit of their gas tax dollars. Is it any wonder why citizens don't trust government with their money?
At stake is $12 million in gas tax funds. The mayor's plan is to spend at least $1.4 million in each council district.
We're one community. We shouldn't be dividing our community, and we should recognize that we all have needs.
Bredefeld also targeted who he called the ringleader of the social justice warriors, Fresno Councilman Miguel Arias.
This is par for the course, unfortunately, with Councilman Arias, who's been there for 3 months, already has established a reputation as a bully, is disrespectful to most people he comes into contact with. And the fact is, I think if people know Councilman Brando and myself, I don't back down from a fight, and I'm going to defend the people of my district, and that's what we're doing. I've seen him in meetings where he's rude. He's very rude to people, and it's totally unnecessary, and more people should call him out on it.
You know, some people have called you the same thing.
We all get called whatever, but I feel like I always treat people with respect.
Arias had this response.
You know, I think those kind of personal attacks are unnecessary and simply inaccurate. When any elected official lowers themselves to personal attacks, it simply discredits their ability to be part of the constructive conversation in a plan that we all agree is the best interest of the city. And I think some of the council members have done that.
As to the issue at hand, Brando explained how the city should set road spending priorities.
Well, Nees Avenue might have 20,000 cars a day on it. Butler might have 7,000 cars a day on it. There's a lot of things that factor in to how this prioritization list comes to be. And I think they've done a lot of thoughtful analysis of the streets of Fresno. I think it's a fair list. And not only that, even though it's fair, it still skews to Central and South Fresno.
While the issue will no longer be heard on this week's agenda, the city has until May 1st to submit a plan to the state or risk losing $12 million in funding. David Taub, GVWire.